need some adjustment. Hello my friends, and welcome to Tom's Tinkering Adventures. Today's going to be the third video I've done with this KTM 950 covering different maintenance practices, and today we are going to cover carburetor balancing or carburetor synchronization. So as you saw in the opening clip, we were checking our air flow between carburetors. Now there's several tools you can use to do this, to check synchronization. This is the first time I've ever used one of these. My buddy LB gave me this. He also loaned me the shim kit for the valve clearance video, if you watch that. So he loaned me this, and I think I'm going to purchase one. I really like the simplicity of it. The only thing that I dislike about it, if you're doing multiple cylinder bikes, it's not going to work that well. You know, bikes that you don't have access to the air box. But it's just a good tool to have around. For like 4-cylinder bikes, let me show you what I use. Got one of these old Mercury stick valve balancers. There's mercury in here, and you hook these up to vacuum lines, and then the bike draws vacuum and it brings the mercury up. You could use this one on KTM as well, so if you have one of those you can do it, and your process is going to be similar. You're just going to balance the carburetors. So since we didn't have equal airflow readings, that means the carburetors are not balanced. So what you need to do is take your air filter off. And then you usually have one main carburetor, and then the other carburetors are synced off of that one. So to me it looks like the front cylinder is the main one, and the rear one has an adjustment screw right there. So what we're going to do is we're going to fire it up again. I wonder if these will fit on here without that. Looks like they will. These work kind of nice for that. Fits in there nicely. Okay, well, I'm going to put these together, fire it up, and then I'll show you our readings again, and then I will show you how to adjust it. Okay, so the bike is running, warmed up a little bit at idle. So what we're going to try to do is to get the airflow numbers the same between the two carburetors. I have my handy dandy Phillips screwdriver. I'm going to adjust that little screw. Okay, as you adjust one, you have to switch the airflow meter back to the other one, because each carburetor is going to affect the rest of them in the bank. It's especially a pain on a 4-cylinder bike. On a 2-cylinder bike, it's not so bad. Okay, we're reading about 10, so we're going to try to get close to that on this one. Did y'all hear how the bike kind of balanced out as I got close to 10? So we'll see what the front one looks like now. Okay, so now they're both pretty close. Very, very sensitive. I didn't have this in there, but I mean, I'm just turning it like just a fraction and it's moving it. So all that adjustment, I moved this maybe a quarter of a turn. So I'm going to fire it up again. And once we got it running, we're going to rev it a few times, see how it sounds. Check the airflow again after you rev it, and then we will button it up. Right at that 10. It's right at the 10. There we are, back in one piece and running great. Runs much smoother than it did before. And usually when you synchronize or balance your carburetors or throttle bodies, you can do this on fuel-injected bikes as well. You're going to notice that it's going to just idle smoother and it should run better throughout the entire rev range. So it's well worth the time of doing it, and it is not difficult. Okay, if you dig what I'm putting out, give me a thumbs up. Leave a comment down below, and if you're not already a subscriber, please consider doing so. Thank you very much for watching. Get out there and find your adventure. Adios.